Welcome back to Glanagorse Park in North Wales. MiniGP70 up next for the MetroKit 70cc bikes for riders from 10 years of age. And it's the Casey O'Gorman show again, potentially, after pulling out nearly 0.4 of a second in qualifying over Jay Abel. Brody Crockford and Harvey Claridge are together on the second row from Callum Beach and Louis Rendell, Owen Mellor, Oscar Pinson, Elliot Dufton, Luke Coggins and Jaden Toomer. Now, the championship leader is that man, Harvey Claridge, lines up fourth on the grid, having taken the first win of the weekend at Wilton Mill. On the Sunday, a day later, it was the man on pole position, Casey O'Gorman, who swept all before him, taking the second and third wins. Claridge is trying to start up the championship in 2017. O'Gorman is laying the foundations for what is almost destined to be a dominant 2018 campaign as he prepares himself for a full tilt at the MiniGP70 crown in 2018. Away we go. Great start from O'Gorman. Good start from Crockford. Crockford's got past the championship leader, Harvey Claridge.
Crockford up to third. Here comes Claridge, though. Trying to fight back, just out of shot, up the inside, can't get it done. Crockford holds on from Claridge. Looks like Callum Beach there in fifth place as he go up through the spoon, right-handed, left-handed now, down the hill, a 16-foot elevation change from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill right here, and it is Casey O'Gorman that's leading at the moment, but it's that man Jay Abel who has been on fire as we come in towards the back end of this season. He is right on it, who looks like he's going to be putting him under pressure, but Brody Crockford right there close enough in third place, as is the man in fourth, Harvey Claridge, with the Repsol Honda wheels. I say the Repsol Honda wheels, they're orange wheels, which are the same colour as the Repsol Honda wheels.
I know exactly what you're trying to say. Jay Abel, second in the championship, number 303. Do you know what? He reminds me of a young teenage Jamie Whittam. He's got that same sort of flair about him as Jamie always used to have in the British and World Superbikes in the late 90s. He's got that same sort of prowess to his riding style as well. And I have a feeling he's going to give Casey O'Gorman a real run for his money today. Brody Crockford, third position. Cracking start from him as he runs through the carousel up towards the compression complex. What can Harvey Claridge do to get himself back onto the rostrum?
The man out front, Casey O'Gorman. Would you agree that he's the Frankie Keeley of cool FAB-Racing, Jake?
I don't think Keeley was ever quite as dominant as Casey O'Gorman was. I think he's closer to the Fogarty, actually. But no, absolutely incredible form from Casey O'Gorman so far in MiniGP70, and that is why he leads the way. This is a precursor to what he hopes will be a giant-crushing 2018 season. He's won so much in the cool Fab mini racing paddock already at his tender age, and it's incredible to think that a few years from now we could well be talking about him as a future Moto3, Moto2, maybe even the big one champion one day. Yeah,
I'm sure, no doubt about it. He's got a lot of potential, Casey, but he'll need a lot of funding to get there, that's for sure. So we've seen the front four. That's Casey O'Gorman, the leader. In fifth place, it's Beach from Louis Rendell, then Oscar Pinson on the orange bike from Luke Coggins, Jaden Toomer and Owen Mellor, who lost a place on that last lap. Has come left-handed through the hairpin, right-handed down Devil's Elbow, left-handed now down to the final turn at Paddock Bend. You can see why we call this the most beautiful karting circuit in the world. It's in the foothills of Snowdonia National Park in North Wales. Just look at that.
I have to say, it is my favourite place in Great Britain to get lost, because it's very easy to do so if you're not sure where you're going. But it's an amazing view as you look out over the hills of Snowdonia. Down the hill once again, down Damon Hill, in fact, named after the 96 Formula 1 world champion. But bikes very much the form here at Glanagorse Park here this weekend. Harvey Claridge still giving Brody Crockford that pressure in their little tussle for third position. Now, Harvey's got to be very careful here in fourth position. This is a new circuit to everybody. He wants to be thinking a little bit about championship here. He knows that Casey O'Gorman is likely to get the win, and even if not, it's going to be Jay Abel who challenges him into that victory position, and they may even tussle. So fourth position at the moment for Harvey Claridge is not a bad position to be in when it comes to wrapping up the championship.
Yeah, he's got a comfortable championship lead. So we get a quick look at Callum Beach and Louis Rendell, and then Oscar Pinson on the orange bike. They are in turn 5th, 6th and 7th. He has got a comfortable championship lead, Harvey Claridge. That's the battle for 8th, 9th and 10th, Coggins, Dufton and Toomer.
The other man in there, of course, is the 130 of Owen Mellor, who's still there in 11th position, running around towards the back, having not the best day at the office so far by his standards. Harvey Claridge, a little bit of a wobble through the entry to the third part of the compression complex. Not the easiest position for him to be in right now. and he wants to try and make a move, doesn't he? He's giving him a lot of pressure, actually. I thought he'd just sit back on his laurels and hang in there in 4th position, but he does seem to be wanting to go for it. Meanwhile, Callum Beach versus Louis Rendell is getting a little bit heated as Rendell tries to get his move up the inside into club corner. It's not going to happen. He is, however, going to get alongside here. This is his chance, and he goes sailing past. Does he? Not quite. Oh, goodness me, it's interesting because the speed difference between these two is very minimal, and Callum Beach just holds onto it round the outside. I thought Louis Rendell was going to get an opportunity here to sweep by, but not if Callum Beach has got any say in it.
Rendell on that Ipami Yamaha bike, very close to Callum Beach. It's a great battle between the pair for 5th and 6th place. We're back with the lead battle now, though, and look at this. It is amazing stuff. Still O'Gorman out front, but Jay Abel applying big pressure here as they go through the start line and club corner one more time up the Dragon Straight, 220 metres from the apex of turn 1 to the apex right there as Casey O'Gorman goes through. That is Callum and Louis Rendell battling again one more time. Here comes Oscar Pinson on the 94, and behind them will be Coggins, Dufton and Toomer battling for 8th, 9th and 10th. And although they're battling for 8th, 9th and 10th, you want to come out on top of that battle, obviously. Jay Abel is all over Casey O'Gorman right now. Jay Abel could do himself a lot of favours here confidence-wise if he could just squeeze past Casey O'Gorman after the struggles he's had earlier in the season, and then the crash he had at Tattershall Jake when he was in 2nd place. But a win would do his confidence no harm whatsoever.
And Abel and O'Gorman are trading fastest laps at the moment. If you look at the timing screen, you can tell when a rider is really on it because their number goes purple. That means that is the best lap of the entire race. Here is the battle for 8th position. Elliot Dufton trying to shake off Luke Coggins at the moment, who has recently made his way past Jaden Toomer, who at one point was up in 8th position, so battles all the way through the field. Always good to see, but the leaders are now closing in on traffic. That is a rather disgruntled Owen Mellor, who's got some mechanical difficulties with his bike today. He is not in the position where he is usually placed, so this is a frustrating day. But look, this is really impeding the man who's just lost 3rd position. Brody Crockford's been held up, and Harvey Claridge has been given a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, Brody Crockford gets past in the end, but it's getting past the traffic that's so important. No blue flags in this championship, of course, and that is what makes it so difficult. And look at the time that Crockford has lost. He is well off the back of Harvey Claridge now, and it looks like 3rd place is decided, barring some mechanical drama or a crash.
Look at Jay Abel now. He's really hungry. He wants this position. He is all over the back of Casey O'Gorman. Come on, Casey. Let's see what you're made of. And Jay Abel is absolutely hustling him through the 3rd part of the compression complex, down to the left-hand hairpin. Here they come, and Jay Abel is only a bike length away, down the Devil's Elbow, through towards Paddock Bend. We're running out of time, and Jay Abel knows he's been sat there for an awfully long time. Is this going to be his chance? Into turn 1, hard on the throttle. Casey O'Gorman will be doing likewise. Casey will be loving this. Let's be fair, his last few race campaigns, he's had it all his own way as we watch the 94 of Oscar Pinson there in 7th position. Harvey Claridge, now he's been released. Claridge is the fastest rider on the circuit. He's just put in the fastest lap of the race in 3rd position to get away from Crockford. Callum Beach, meanwhile, has started to pull out from Louis Rendell. Casey O'Gorman, though, is not getting away from Jay Abel, and Casey will be loving this. This is the closest fight that Casey O'Gorman has had for a while, certainly in GP70. This is his first major test of how to cope with the pressure on a bike he's still getting used to.
Fantastic pressure being applied here by Jay Abel. Can Jay get it done, though, in the last few laps as they come to the line? Now it's still O'Gorman from Abel, nothing between them. Claridge is getting a bit closer. There's Crockford on the green bike. Beach will come next from Rendell. Pinson, Dufton made his way past Luke Coggins earlier on, and then Owen Mellor now in 10th place. I think we've lost one of the riders. Yeah,
we've lost Jaden Toomer, I'm afraid. It looks as though Jaden Toomer's race is over. That is a real shame. He made good progress in the early stages, but Jaden Toomer's race, I'm afraid to say, has come to a rather premature end. Now, we're up towards the compression complex once again. I'm mincing my worms again. Here is Casey O'Gorman and Jay Abel battling away through the 3rd apex, down the drop into the left-hand hairpin, up towards Devil's Elbow. Jay Abel's even closer now through that part of the course than he's been in the last couple of laps. backs, but look over your shoulder, boys. We're heading into the last lap, and our two leaders are getting absolutely romped here in third position by Harvey Claridge. Last lap begins. Look, Claridge has just set the fastest lap of the race. He is determined to catch them. He's not going to get there. He's too far back. But if anything happens to these top two riders up front, if Abel goes for the move and they get held up or they end up coming together, Claridge has got himself a victory in his pocket, and he knows he's just got to sit behind these two. Now, Jay Abel is looking very hungry for the move. Surely he's not going to be able to get close enough, though. This is where Casey O'Gorman's really solid. Look, Casey just adjusts his position there in the seat. He's doing an absolutely perfect job to hang on to this, soaking up the pressure. Down through the left, into the right, they will go to Devil's Elbow. Jay Abel trying to... Oh, Jay Abel's lost it!
That's a massive point swing in the championship. Jay Abel goes down once more when running in second place. He did it at Chattershall on the first lap, this time on the last lap. And it's an 11-point swing with Harvey Claridge picking up 20. Jay Abel will finish fourth for 13, but Abel should have 20. Claridge 16. It's an 11-point championship swing. We'll see how that affects the championship in just a second. That is Jay Abel going down in Devil's Elbow as the track drops away. Amazing drama. And the finishing result looks like this. O'Gorman from Claridge, Crockford, Abel and Beach, Rendell, Pinson, Dufton, Coggins and Owen Mellor rounding up the top 10. The championship lead is 31 points. It should only be 20. No wonder Harvey's smiling. But will he be smiling at the end of the final round? Join us then.